The ancient origins of tea. Tea, one of the world's most beloved beverages, has a rich and ancient history that spans thousands of years. Its origins can be traced back to ancient China. One popular legend attributes the discovery of tea to Emperor Shennong, 2737 BC, a mythical figure and renowned herbalist. As the story goes, a few tea leaves accidentally fell into a pot of boiling water he was preparing, creating the first infusion of tea. In its early days, tea was primarily used for medicinal purposes. It was believed to have various health benefits and was used to treat ailments and promote well-being. Tea cultivation and consumption spread to Buddhist monasteries, where monks found that tea helped them stay awake and alert during long meditation sessions. By the 17th century, tea had reached Europe, and it became a popular beverage among the aristocracy. In Japan, tea culture flourished with the development of the Japanese tea ceremony. The British tea culture, 17th to 19th centuries tea became a symbol of social status and elegance in Europe, particularly in Britain. During the 19th century, a dark chapter in the history of tea unfolded against the backdrop of the Opium Wars between Britain and China. The British, fueled by a demand for Chinese tea in Europe, found themselves in a trade imbalance as they had little to offer in return that interested the Chinese. However, the British East India Company discovered a lucrative commodity to redress this trade imbalance. Opium. Opium, cultivated in British-ruled India, became the bargaining chip in the tea for opium trade. The British began exporting vast quantities of opium to China, exacerbating the addiction crisis in the country. Opium dens proliferated, leading to social and economic upheaval. Tensions escalated, leading to the First Opium War, 1839 to 1842, and later the Second Opium War, 1856 to 1860. These conflicts were marked by military confrontations and the forced opening of Chinese ports to foreign trade. The Treaty of Nanking, which concluded the First Opium War, forced China to cede territory to Britain, grant extraterritorial rights, and open several ports for trade. The British, having secured ports and influence, intensified their tea plantations in India to meet the insatiable demand back home. The focus shifted from importing tea directly from China to cultivating it within the British Empire. Chengdu is a popular place for drinking tea. The particularly relaxed atmosphere of this city is demonstrated by residents who spend large periods of time in the tea gardens of parks, sipping tea while playing chess, mahjong or cards, reading the paper, or just chatting with friends. A Chinese tea ceremony is synonymous with life in China. Hardly a surprise given that tea has been cultivated in China for more than 3,000 years. The art and science of drinking Chinese tea in a ceremony is something to be learned. In fact, it's an art form on a whole new level. Steeped in tradition and science, there are very definitive requirements for the water, the tea itself, tea sets used, and the environment in which the ceremony takes place. The people involved in the tea ceremony are also an important factor and must bring with them a quiet reverence to the experience. As such, tea is seen as a medium that transforms the relationship between people and things into something meaningful. In China, the rich tradition of tea ceremony integrates many elements, with music, calligraphy, decoration, flower arrangements and performance among them. Referred to as the Six Beauties, or essential aspects, of the tea ceremony, they are intended to guide both the uninitiated and well-versed in what is necessary for this lovely timeless ritual.
Six Beauties of the Chinese Tea Ceremony. Number 1. The beauty of people.
People are the most fundamental element in a tea ceremony, and are often thought to be the most beautiful. The understanding of beauty here reflects both inner, spiritual, and outer, physical, beauty. In simple language, this means that who you are is more important than how you appear. Come to a tea ceremony ready to shine your best self.
Number 2. Tea leaf beauty.
It's no small statement that the appearance of tea can fill a person with a deep pleasure. With the appearance of each tea leaf to be considered, should it be flat and smooth, or straight and even, it's important to recognize there is such a thing as tea leaf beauty. The color of tea leaves should also be pleasing to the eye, while the tea's taste is equally important.
Number 3. Source beautiful water.
In Chinese tea ceremony parlance, water is considered the mother of tea. With clean water now readily available, there is no longer the pressure to source purified water. However, tea ceremony artists do try to remove chlorine in tap water, or choose mineral water that contains less calcium and magnesium. The point here? Use the best quality water you can get your hands on.
Number 4. Drink from a beautiful tea set.
If water is the mother of tea, then the tea set is the father of tea, or so it's claimed. Ever since tea became a thing in China, it has been accompanied by the proliferation of beautiful Chinese tea sets. Tea sets take many and varied shapes and sizes, but one thing they do share, the balance of beauty and function that highlight the whole tea ceremony experience. The finest tea sets take natural shapes, are made with pure materials, decorated simply with meaningful art. Of course, a tea set's beauty is a secondary concern to its practical performance. It must also set off the soup color of tea, maintain a strong fragrance, and to be easy and enjoyable for the user.
Number 5. Enjoy the tea ceremony in a beautiful environment.
The environment in which a tea ceremony is conducted is of equal importance to every other element of beauty. In short, it must be aesthetically beautiful and cultivate a sense of tranquility and peace in each person attending. It should encourage a desire to return to nature. As such, tea ceremony connoisseurs believe this allows people and nature to come into communion with each other.
Number 6. Appreciate the art form.
Not only is a tea ceremony an opportunity to imbibe tea, it is also the chance to practice the fine art and skill of conducting the tea ceremony itself. Even today, a Chinese tea ceremony is considered an art form, with the practical aspects considered beautiful in and of themselves. The right tea set, environment, and water are of equal importance as the cleanliness and hygiene of the environment. The science of the ceremony focuses on the time taken to brew the tea and tea ratio. Careful attention is paid to the details of tea ceremony etiquette, including the utensils used to perform the ceremony. It's clear there's a whole lot more to a Chinese tea ceremony than just boiling some water and pouring it on tea leaves. In fact, it can, and should be, a reverential experience. We highly recommend attending a traditional Chinese tea ceremony and create a travel memory you'll love forever. Zen Tea Ceremony. In ancient China, Buddhist monks planted, processed tea and formed the habit of drinking tea. They made great contribution to the development of Chinese tea. Many ancient famous teas were related to the Buddhist temples. For example, the Book of Tea tells that Tianzhu Temple and Lingyin Temple produced West Lake Longjing tea. Zen Tea Ceremony blends the elements of tea culture and Buddhist practice. The monks are addicted to tea for 3 good reasons: to meditate all night long, to help digest, and to suppress sexual desires. As we conclude our journey through the 6 beauties of the tea ceremony, it's worth reflecting on the rich tapestry of tea's history and origins that we've explored together. From its mythical beginnings to the intricate rituals woven into cultures around the globe, tea has transcended time, becoming not just a beverage but a vessel for stories, traditions, and profound connections. Now, with the 6 beauties etched in our minds, we witness the mesmerizing choreography of tea masters, particularly in the captivating long pour act. This intricate dance, performed with skill and reverence, signifies not just the pouring of tea but the pouring of centuries of tradition and wisdom into each cup. The 6 beauties, like delicate brushstrokes on the canvas of time, have unfolded before us, an exquisite ode to the artistry embedded in every sip. As you embark on your own tea exploration, may the echoes of these beauties linger, guiding you through the rich tapestry of tea culture. Let the tea leaves tell stories, let the aroma carry whispers of history, and let the ritual be a timeless connection to a heritage that transcends generations. Until our next cup, may your tea moments be filled with serenity, contemplation, and the enduring grace of the tea ceremony.
Pack your bags and join us on the ultimate journey with Travel Food Wine. As we jet set to exotic destinations all around the world, we'll immerse ourselves in the heart of its culture, uncover hidden gems, and of course, indulge in the finest local cuisines paired with exquisite wines. But the adventure doesn't stop there. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for our upcoming explorations, where we'll weave the tales of travel, gastronomy, and wine into a tapestry of unforgettable experiences. So, whether you're a travel enthusiast, a foodie, or a wine connoisseur, welcome to the travel food wine community. Subscribe now, hit that bell, and let's embark on a journey of flavors, stories, and destinations. Until then, this is Travel Food Wine, where every adventure begins with a plate and ends with a toast. Cheers!